Sweeping declaration. I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it today, October 28th. I'm gonna be the first millionaire in my family. That sounds absolutely crazy to say, but I'm saying it because I'm gonna make it happen. Some of y'all have been working so hard, trying so hard, praying, hoping, having faith, trying to trust the process, trying to just keep your faith, believe in something better for yourself. And you're working so hard and you're trying so hard and it's not happening. There's no movement. Your account balance is low as ever or in the negative, and you're on the verge of just giving up and saying, forget this. I'm giving up on my dream. I'm giving up on my purpose. I'm giving up on whatever because it's too hard. And I'm not getting the results that I want. I'm not getting the results that I need. And I just can't do it anymore. I'm going to need you to cut that out. I'm going to need you to cut that out. It is hard. It is a struggle. There's some reasons why you're going through what you're going through. And I'm going to talk about my experience because I've had a revelation, an epiphany recently about my life and my circumstances and why it's been almost a year of me trying so dang hard to become financially abundant, financially independent, ain't got to rely on anybody. I can move out of this house, get my own, do what I want to do, take some vacations. Like, that is what I aspire to be able to do. And it's been a year and it's been hard. It's been a struggle. It's been a lot. And nothing has really happened. There hasn't been enough change. And it's heartbreaking at times. It's really, really heartbreaking at times. Even talking about it now and thinking about how much I've been through this past year makes me kind of want to tear up. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to continue on because I already know that things are about to turn around so fast and so crazy. I don't even know. So let's talk about what's been holding me back and what's probably holding you back as well. So for me, it has been ingrained into me since I was a child. My whole life, my mother has told me that I needed to go to college and get a good job. Go to college and get a good job. And coming from an immigrant family, I can understand why I was being told that. My mother herself worked a minimum wage job almost 30 years and, she wanted better for me. So I completely understand why she wanted me to go to college and get a good job. Unfortunately, I went to college and I got the best job that I could, which was basically, to put it simply, because I don't like to call it this, but I was a daycare teacher. I was a preschool teacher in a private daycare, and I did that for, God knows, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years, something like that. And the pay in that particular field was so freaking low. Like, I could not possibly take care of myself with that pay, which is why I have remained living home this whole time, because it's New York. It's an expensive state. And I'm over here trying to get by on $19 an hour with a freaking degree. Yes, that was my life. That was my life. I also had many people trying to convince me that I need to go into the public school system when I already decided that that wasn't going to be for me. That was going to be a situation or an experience that was probably going to be too stressful for me and just too much for me because I do have undiagnosed ADHD. But as a teacher, I can already tell, like, I already know, like, I don't actually need to go to a medical professional to diagnose me. It's very clear as day. So being like unorganized and having, certain things that I felt like would make it so difficult and so stressful that I was like, you know what? I know it pays less, but it's a job that I feel more comfortable doing, which is why I always stayed doing pre-K and working with the little kids and, you know, working in private daycare, making my highest pay was $19 an hour. And then I did 1 year working universal pre-K, and that was really good. That was some good pay. Not gonna lie, that was some good pay, but it still wasn't enough for me to completely take care of myself in New York. Like, I would have been spending the entire check, and there would have been nothing left over for myself. So financially, that was a good year. Mental health wise, emotionally, stress wise, that was not a good year. And I felt that way about teaching my entire career. Like, I just expect it to be hard and stressful and difficult and mostly not fun. Like, there's days where the kids are great and we do have fun, but I feel like there was an imbalance where it was more stress than fun. It was more stress than enjoyment, because it was just, I'm not getting into it. It was just a lot. It was just a lot. So in 2021, decided that I wanted to take my passions, my creativity for writing and doing YouTube, and see how far that takes me. And it did not take me nowhere. It did not take me nowhere. So I am trying again. I have now a part-time job that I actually really love, and it's with kids and it's teaching, but it's fun and I do love it. I really do enjoy it more than any full-time job I've ever had. So that part-time job is really holding me down while I try to get this abundance through these other sources, through my creativity, YouTube, my writing, my business, all these different things. And I had this revelation because, like I said, it's been going on a year of me really putting in the work and trying and putting it out there and really just wanting to be successful beyond $19 an hour. And so the revelation that I had recently is that the major reason that I am having a hard time is because subconsciously I am programmed to believe that my main and only source of income should be working a 9-to-5 job. My creative side was never fostered as a child. I didn't even really know that I had these creative talents and abilities until my senior year in high school. And by then I'd already made the decision that I was going to be a teacher, so it didn't even occur to me to pursue writing in any form at all. In my semester before I did student teaching, I took 2 writing courses in the summer back to back. I took a creative writing course and a fiction writing course. And when I tell you, that was the first time in my life that I was excited to go to class, like genuinely excited. Like, I actually didn't even need the second class. I took it because the first one ended so fast, because it was a 6-week summer course. So the first one ended and I was just like, I need to do more. I want to take another writing class. And I just signed up for another one just because, like, I didn't even need it. So I took these 2 writing classes over the summer, right before I went into student teaching. And I promise you, high school, all my high school classes, all my college classes, that was the first time in my life that I was not only excited to go to a class, but literally disappointed when the class was over. And that was telling right there. That was very telling right there. It let me know that this was something for me. But, you know, I got student teaching next semester. I'm going to be a teacher. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I told my mother I was going to college for. This is what I'm supposed to do. So fast forward to now, and, you know, it's still ingrained in my head that I should be working a full-time 9-to-5 job. Because it's not just my mother, it's my whole family who has ingrained this information into my head for 35-something years. Okay, so as I was editing, I realized that I kind of went a completely different route than where I really wanted to go. Like, the message started to get lost, and it turned into me complaining about a bunch of things, and it's not really what I wanted the message to be and what I really wanted to say. And so I am scrapping the whole second half of this video, and I am re-recording the second half of this video with the things I actually wanted to say, the message that I really wanted to come through, and to help me make sure that I am saying the things that I want to say, I actually wrote it down. I wrote a whole basically a journal entry of everything that I wanted to make sure that I said. And as I was reading it and thinking that I was going to try to memorize it, I was like, yo, I literally wrote this so perfectly that I want to read it word for word. And the reason that I wrote it down was I was thinking that I was going to do a voiceover, but it's going to end up being like a 3-minute, 4 or 5-minute voiceover. I don't know how long it's going to take me to read this because it's a good 2 full pages of this. Please excuse me while I just sit here and read this part to you, and then I will look up again. But I'm going to be looking down because I just really want to read exactly what I wrote word for word, because I think that it's so perfect and so well written the way that I wrote it, and I don't want to summarize it. I don't want to attempt to say it any differently than how I wrote it. So I'm going to go ahead and look down. I'm going to read it to y'all, and then you'll see me look back up again and address you guys. So just, you know, be cool. Alrighty. So where I had left off was I was talking about how my family has ingrained to me that, you know, the 9 to 5 is the way to go. And the thing is, it wasn't just what they told me, it's what they showed me. I have a very big family, and I've never really seen any of them attempt to do anything outside of the 9 to 5. And if they did it, it was with multiple side hustles while keeping their 9 to 5. And I could see it in their eyes. I can see it in their energy. They're tired. But they believe this is what they have to do to survive. And I think because there's nobody else in the family going the route that I'm going, I feel uncomfortable and nervous because I know their limiting beliefs will try to discourage me from doing what I know is right for me. Being unhappy and stressed out and having no time to enjoy yourself other than a couple of hours at the end of the day, maybe sometime on the weekend, and going through this cycle of dreading Mondays and loving Fridays while just barely making enough to take care of yourself. That is not the life any of us were meant to live. But it's become so normal in our society. Stress is normal. Anxiety is normal. Depression is normal. Struggling with your mental health is common. Having all these crazy health issues is just regular in our society. And it's like, no, I want something more for myself. I don't want to dread any day of the week. I want to be so abundantly happy, and I want to make a difference in a way that fulfills me. I want more, and it seems everyone around me is settling. So I'm letting my fear of being different, my fear of judgment, hold me back from actually manifesting the life that I want to create for myself. And it's time to let that go. It is time to, I'm acknowledging this is how I feel. I'm acknowledging that this is something that's been blocking me. It's been mentally blocking me from actually being able to manifest what I want. And I am now letting it go. I'm letting it go because I cannot control their beliefs. I cannot control how they feel. All I can do is do what I know is right for me. And if it ever comes up, if conversations come up, I will deal with it. I will deal with it. But it is what it is. Like, I just don't want to have that fear anymore. I don't want to be afraid of being judged. I don't want to be afraid of conversations that are going to discourage me. I don't want to be afraid of not being supported. I mean, I'm already not being supported because a lot of my family members are aware. Not all of them, but a lot of my family members are aware of my business, and I haven't really gotten too much support from them. You know, I've gotten about 3 sales from family, and it's caused some resentment. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely caused some resentment because it's like, I'm gonna be successful regardless. Regardless of whether you support me or not, I'm gonna be successful. And it makes me think about the day when I'm actually successful, when I finally am a millionaire, because like I said, I'm about to be the first millionaire in my family. And so it makes me think about when that actually comes to fruition, Am I just going to be the person now that everybody comes to for money? Am I going to continue to harbor this resentment and not want to take care of my family the way that I actually really want to? So it's like I need to let go. I need to let go of this fear of judgment. And I also need to let go of the resentment, because I'm over here like, them not supporting me is not them saying, I don't love you. Them not supporting me is not them saying, I don't like you. Them not supporting me is not saying that we think you're dumb. Them not supporting me is just them being selfish. And I'm not even knocking them for being selfish, because we're all selfish to a degree. You know, like, we've got our goggles on and we are focused on ourselves and bettering ourselves and taking care of ourselves and taking care of our immediate family. You know, I don't have a husband yet, and I don't have kids to take care of. So I'm not in the position that some of them are in, where they are working because they have actual children and families to take care of. And so I don't want to hold this resentment against them, even though it hurts. It kind of sucks that, you know, when I've reached out, when I've said, hey, I've got this store, take a look at it, buy something, see if you can buy something. And I've not really gotten too much support in that. So I'm over here like, it's time for me to let go of that fear of judgment, let go of that resentment, because when everything does come to fruition, I want to just be walking around with joy and love in my heart, and not this negative energy, because resentment is negative. And I don't want to hold on to that. Like, I just truly just want to let that shit go. So I am saying it here. I'm saying it now to y'all. I am letting that shit go. And I am no longer going to fear anybody's judgment, because at the end of the day, when your girl does become a billionaire, did I just say billionaire? Freudian slip, but I guess that's where we're going with it. But yeah, when I do become successful, nobody's going to say anything, you know, like, they're not going to be like, there's no I told you so once I'm successful. So I am letting go of that fear. I am letting go of the resentment. And I'm telling my story, but a lot of y'all are in the same boat and don't even realize it. Don't even realize it, because the resentment is so far in the back of your mind. It's so small, and you're in denial that it's there. That fear of judgment, it's so small. It's all the way in the back. You've pushed it back. You're not even paying attention to it. So you're in denial that it's there. So for me, all these months, like, I've known, you know, I've seen it. I knew that I had these feelings, but I didn't realize that it was so big that it was actually really blocking my manifestation. It was blocking me from becoming successful. And so I need you to become a little bit more attuned to how you really feel deep down inside. It's valid. It's 100% valid. So acknowledge it and then let it go, so that we can move on and we can get whatever is for us, whatever blessings are for us, because we're not going to be able to get it if we're holding on to this negativity. So just let it go, which is what I'm doing right now. Alrighty, guys. I think I've said everything exactly the way I wanted to say it this time around. And so this is the end of my video. Please do me a favor. If you watched this whole thing, if it inspired you, if you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment. Tell me what part of this video resonated with you, if any, or just say hi, whatever. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that it inspired and resonated with some of y'all, or all of y'all. And I will catch you in the next video. Oh, also, check out my store. Link to my store is in the description, the Positive Vibe Shop. And if you are catching this on YouTube, there is a discount code for 15% off. Check the description for information on that. All right, guys, that's my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.